Welcome to the Reloading Podcast here on the Firearms Radio Network. Presented by Patriot Patch Company, Camerado. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good.
We have an echo.
You do, a bad one.
Is it me?
Anyway, what I've been doing, waiting for the weather to cool off so I can start casting. I got a few dozen pounds of 9mm bullets I want to make.
9mm? I thought you shot 40.
I do. I've got an order in. Somebody wants me to make them some nice 126 grain round nose. I figured a G note would be all right. I don't even know. Somebody got a calculator handy? My phone's in the other room.
Sure.
How many pounds? 126 grains times 1,000 would be.
What is it?
126 grains per bullet times 1,000. How many pounds is that? 15, 18 pounds?
How many grains in a pound? 7,000?
18
Yes, sir.
pounds.
126 times 1,000.
Divided by 7,000, 18 pounds.
Yep.
About what I figured.
Nice.
Look at you
Yeah,
fast
I
on
got-
the calculator, Nick.
I had my calculator, but I was doing math earlier. So it's right here on my computer.
I've got an order in for some 210 grain long 357 Magnum bullets. They're truncated cones, what they are. 210 grain. That's a little hefty recoil. Good black bear medicine though. Out of a rifle. I want to do some experimenting with that out of my 357 caliber barrels I have. I have I have 5 caliber barrels. 4-inch, 6-inch, 8-inch, 14-inch, and 18.5 inch. Just to see how many feet per second I gain per barrel.
Don't you have the 2.5 inch on Dan Wesson?
Speak up, Paul, please.
Don't you have the 2.5 inch on the Dan Wesson?
No, sir, I do not. I decided not to go with a barrel that short on a gun that magnitude.
Okay.
I can carry the 4-inch barrel or even the 6-inch barrel, but I wouldn't carry too much more than that. Hey, Jim. Not yet, Zach. Not yet, Clifford. Zach is asking if I'm going to do any casting with things. Not yet. I just haven't done that yet. I'm also waiting for. I'm going to get some more advice from Andy Tantillo. How about you, Ray? You do anything?
As far as casting and reloading, no. Just went over Nick's last weekend for went to an an auction. Had a good time. I didn't buy anything. I bought a couple magazines for a Moss, but Nick bought a new rifle. I bid on a rifle, but didn't win. So, but we had a good time.
Sounds good. Sounds real good. Don't mind me. I'm trying to get my microphone back up. There we go.
Yeah. The fun of technology.
You muted, Nick.
And what was that rifle you bid on?
I bid on a German. I can't talk today. A German G41. That was probably museum quality. But I got
Wow.
outbid.
He went high, and I know how my dad normally is at auctions, and he went higher than I thought he would. Him going into the auction is like, oh, I'm going to be at this number. He blew that number over by $2,000. I was like,
Still didn't
and
win.
still didn't win because we know somebody else had deep pockets. But yeah, he put a bid in that I was kind of shocked because nobody on the floor was bidding. So it was kind of a, why not? When are we going to find one this nice? So
He was just figuring, well, what the hell? I'll just spend your inheritance.
I'm going to get the guns anyway. So.
Right.
You don't know that I'm gonna sell them.
You ain't selling jack crap.
You can sell the Camaro, you can't sell the guns. So knock it off.
Question. So I got a question for y'all. Remember, I'm Cretan when it comes to military rifles, unless a current issue. What is a German G41?
It is the German M1 Grand. Basically, it was their version of the M1 Grand. It was a gas trap type gun, and then they came out with the G43 that actually had a gas port. Russia had the SVT, we had the Grand. They called it the G41, G43.
Yeah.
They were the semi-automatic rifles,
What caliber was it?
8mm.
By
Healthy caliber.
57, not Kurtz.
Pardon?
By 57, not Kurtz.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, full power 8mm Mauser. They went from the Ford G41 to the G43 after the failing of the issues that the G41 had in Russia during the Cold. They captured some SVT 40s from the Russians and kind of reverse engineered it a little bit to build the G43. So, but, yeah, you don't see many of them. Most time they go north of about 7, 8, up to $10,000.
Ooh.
And mind you, he was in that ballpark bidding on one. So
I'm telling you, this was the nicest one.
Numbers matching. It was, yeah.
It's beautiful. It don't look like it's been used.
Yeah. And they had people calling this small town. What would you say, Dad, is in Maryville, Missouri, population wise?
Oh, I don't know.
4,000, maybe a little more.
Maybe a little bigger.
It is a college town. So I'd say at most 8,000 people. They had people calling from Europe talking to them about this rifle. It was that nice a rifle. So, but yeah, it was a very nice one. So,
yeah.
But no, I picked up a rifle at the auction. 1915 dated Erfurt Kar 98A. It's one of the only one of the main rifles I was missing for the World War I German collection. They're stupid on the price they go for. And I got it for about at least half of what they go for. So,
speaking of, why would a Erfurt Luger be worth ridiculous amounts of money?
Luger?
Yeah.
I don't know the production number on those. DWM made the most of the Lugers.
Right. We had one on the website that was like 2,500 or $3,000, and the customer wanted to know why the Erfurt one was so much when the DWMs weren't. And there was other Erfurts that were only like $1,000 to $1,500.
Do you know the year?
And I couldn't see anything. No.
If it's a 1910, if it's like a 1910 or 1911, that's early at like the first year or so of production. That could be.
Okay.
If it's a World War I with an overstamp for the Weimar Republic, that could be another thing. Unit markings sometimes add value. It's just hard to say. And
the only thing I could figure is maybe if it had a Dirty Bird, which it did not.
Yeah, then it's a World War I gun, and it probably got either brought back by a vet or something. Cabela's is weird. We were in Sunday.
There's no consistency store to
There's
store.
not. And it's hard to value. Like, I was looking the other day, my buddies on my Milsurp Discord were like, and they had one of the stores, actually the Hoffman Estates store from Chicago, had a Type 18 Murata, which is like a $1,100 rifle, had for $400. And then you look at some of these stores here, like I went to this one, they have grands over $3,000 for some reason. It makes no sense. So, and I need to go talk to the manager because whoever's stocking the shelves of ammo here at this store does not know how to stock shelves.
That's funny.
They put 303 British in 300 Win Mag.
No.
Good.
And we're seeing we saw the price. It's herders, mind you. And we saw the price was like $75. I'm like, why is 303 British $75? So I take a picture of it, post it on my Discord group, and then my buddy's like, that says 300 Win Mag. I'm like, I didn't even notice until now because it was right next to the 303 British.
Yeah, they just had everything in the wrong slot, which don't help sales.
No.
Well, speaking of Cabela's and Bass Pro, my last day will be August 22nd. So I got tired of it. I've been trying to work to help fix some of the issues in the gun library and some of the stupidity and stuff and some of the just piss poor. I mean, we've got display cases empty when others are packed. And there's no rhyme or reason why they're packing some of the, pistols all together. They just put all sorts of crap together. There's no rhyme or reason for that. And I was trying to talk to a couple of them, explain to them why. I was explaining to them about merchandising, about not having empty shelves. In one of the display cases, they would have the top shelf filled and the bottom one empty. I'm trying to explain to them why you don't do that and, blah, blah, blah. And, and then trying to get stuff set up in the back. We literally had a case where there was, between magazines and other accessories and shotgun chokes, there's like 35 or 40 different SKUs that guns were sold, and these things didn't go out with them because they were rubber banding the tags to them. Because they stopped doing the Ziploc baggies that we used to do. And so they were rubber banding them or tagging them. And then they were doing all sorts. They were doing a different system than we used to. And so stuff was getting lost and misplaced. So I reorganized it and put back in the old system. I bought a box of Ziplocs, brought them in, put up signage to explain how it works, and even said on there to save the Ziploc bags. Well, nobody was saving them. And so then I asked the manager if he was going to, provide bags or not. He goes, yeah, I'll get bags. He's told me for 4 months. And then he finally goes, yeah, I can't get bags. You're going to have to use whatever's in the store. And then 3 of the last 4 days I worked before last Friday, the forms that we're supposed to fill out when we sell used guns were not in the library. The reason the 4th day was because I closed that night, Friday night before, and opened that Saturday. So obviously, I'd filled them on Friday night. So I was out again, asked over the radio, and I don't remember the exact wording, but basically the gist of it was, get them yourself. And, if you're not going to be a problem solver and you're just going to be a complainer, then you can just quit. If you're going to say that over the radio, guess what? I'm going to oblige you. So,
where's the store located, Mike? Where's the store located?
Sun Prairie.
Sun Prairie.
Yep.
That'd be Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. Am I right, sir?
Correct. Yes, sir. Right now, I'm going to follow my shirt because, my shirt says, this was my brother's favorite shirt. I was at Kohl's today, and they had it in my size, so I got it. So I'm going to.
Well, drink one for me. But no, I just trying to make sure we know exactly which store did what to you.
Yeah. So yeah, I turned in my notice. The other thing that this store has done, and supposedly, I guess it's just this store, but what they did is all of the part-timers, they set a minimum hours and a minimum availability. now. After all these people have been working there, they're not going to start doing this when they start hiring people in. They flat out said to everybody that you have to work a minimum of 16 hours a week and you have a minimum of 4 days of, certain availability and all this. So basically they lost a whole crap ton of part-timers, quite a few that had been there for a long while. Some of them just worked 1 day a week, whatever. Because that's all we really wanted to work. It's a part-time job. So, yeah.
But the part timers probably already have full time jobs and they're just doing that for extra money.
Most of them.
Yep. And you probably, most generally, part timers are good employees because they need the money.
Yep.
Not-
But I'm going to go and work for the school district overtime. We've got events going all weekend that I can help cover. Plus, during the school year, we help at night because we never have enough staff to get all the cleaning done in the building. So I'm going to do that. And basically, I give myself a $20 an hour raise.
There you go.
I've been there. It would have been 6 years in November, and people getting hired now make more than I do.
Yeah, that's getting dumb. I've noticed it at mine. It's just like Alaska Russ says, Johnny's going to run the old Cabela's into the ground.
Well, they
He
ran
already
it into the
has.
ground in the first place. So
Yeah.
see, the problem is Cabela's was a hunting and shooting store. Bass Pro's a fishing store.
Mm-hmm.
But Johnny's not running any of it now. Johnny doesn't give a about it. I'd love to have a conversation with him, but he doesn't care. As long as he gets his monthly checks to go fishing, that's all he cares about. He does not care about that company because if he did, there'd be changes. So anyway, so yeah, my last day will be August 22nd. And then on the 23rd, I'm going to celebrate by meeting Dan in Indiana. So we're gonna say hi, and we're gonna swap some reloading equipment around. So Dan usually doesn't join us for the show because he's usually driving, but he's heavily involved in Discord. So, but.
Just out of curiosity, Mike, when does school start for you?
Probably the 2nd of September.
Oh,
A few years back, our state legislature passed a law that says that in order to start school before September 1st and not lose state funding, you had to apply for a special exemption. Because when we were in school would start the last week of August. Okay. And
Nope.
then it started going earlier and earlier. And then right when they started debating this law, there was a few districts that were looking at starting school the beginning of August, like a lot of South schools down south. And that's when the tourism department really stepped in, and they're like, we're losing millions and millions of dollars on tourism because these families aren't touring, aren't doing anything in August. And the schools weren't getting done any earlier. Basically, it was so they could have more days off during the school year. So they'd still start in the beginning of August, but they'd still get done the first week of June. So they weren't, so summer was getting shorter. And so the state legislature, this is, there's more to it than this, but this is the basic gist. And so schools aren't allowed to start until after September 1st. So the reason it's the 2nd is the 1st is Labor Day. So there have been a couple of years where we've actually started school and Labor Day is actually after. So, because that was one of the debates. Do you make it after, it has to start after Labor Day, or do you do it after September 1st? And they said Labor Day's, such a moving point, just make it September 1st. And, So yeah, we go back to school in the 2nd. But that doesn't make a difference to me. I'm a year-round employee, so I'm working all the time.
I
Buildings,
just thought about it.
buildings do require maintenance year round. Go ahead, Nick.
Did you guys get any flooding? I know Milwaukee got absolutely
No.
obliterated over the weekend.
Yeah, they did. They got destroyed.
Gosh, I've seen some bad flooding, but whoo.
Yeah, in a few of the suburbs. Just
We've been
you're
caught
talking.
up.
Thankfully,
Go ahead, Mike.
praise the Lord, unlike some of the more recent ones elsewhere, we didn't have. I don't think there was a single loss of life.
Mm-mm.
I don't recall hearing it. So praise the Lord for that. But yeah, billions in damage, definitely. Yeah, there was a lot of footage floating around out there of all sorts of just flooded areas and stuff. A week ago Tuesday, we were at Potawatomi for a vendor show for one of our vendors, and then we saw video footage of from one of the employees of the drive that goes in between the building and the parking garage, and we're like, holy crap. So my sister and her husband worked the state fair, and they were blessed because they were parked in the vendor lot on the west end of the property. But my brother-in-law, his family has a lot to do with the cream puffs, and 3 of their employees were in the infield of the mile. And basically there was, I don't even know how many cars, but on any given day, on a Saturday or a Sunday at the state fair, there's easily a few thousand cars they park in the Milwaukee Mile infield. There was a few streets where you saw literally the cars. All you could see was the roof. There was some parking garages. Milwaukee has a lot of Milwaukee and the outskirts have a lot of apartment buildings with underground parking. And there was a lot of those that flooded.
Yeah, completely. If you couldn't see anything.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking, I wouldn't be surprised if there's 200,000 vehicles that were destroyed in the flood. Because Milwaukee proper is 900,000 people. And then you get into the surrounding areas. I wouldn't be surprised. Probably closer to 300,000, 250, 300,000 vehicles written off from flood damage from this. So, but
another thing on reloading note, did anybody else hear about what happened with Powder Valley?
yes.
Ooh.
So everybody I am putting some money aside for whenever they do come back.
Yeah,
to definitely
same here.
Be buying from them because they need all the help they can get.
For those of you who don't know, Powder Valley's warehouse, what day was it, Nick? Thursday, Friday?
Saturday.
Was it Saturday?
I just saw it yesterday morning, or Sunday morning is when I saw it, I think.
Powder Valley's warehouse.
It was over the weekend for sure.
Is a shell.
It's gone. There's no product left. Gone.
I'm going to bring up my Facebook so I can go to their Facebook page and show the pictures.
I'm going to put you on full screen, Mike.
No, I'm going to share it, so there's a separate page.
Okay.
When I get there. I don't stay logged into my Facebook on the computer because otherwise it just dings and dings and dings and dings and dings.
Yep. They are annoying. I've done several group buys through Potter Valley.
They've always had some of the best prices around, and this is when I saw this, I got sick to the stomach for a minute. Just because this is going to really set them back.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, the insurance will take care of it.
Yeah, and it will
Find
more
out.
than likely, but it's just that
The
some of that
lost
product
time, lost profit.
some of that product can't be replaced because it's just, especially powder. If they had some powder that was this last run, that stuff ain't come back for a little bit, and it's just unfortunate. Prices will go up. It'll be just interesting to see.
Yes, in other words, Potter Valley got burned out, folks.
Yep.
I shouldn't say it that way because it sounds like it was arson, but as far as we know, it was accidental. But Potter Valley had a big fire in the warehouse, and they, like Mike said, it's a shell, empty shell.
So this is pictures.
My God.
Yeah, everything just gone.
Up
You
in
can see the
smoke.
barrels in the front.
I want to know how hot that fire got. That fire had to have gotten hot with that much powder. I can't imagine.
I'd say, well, that was a pallet jack here in the front.
And it's melted.
Given the fact that the handle's no longer there,
yeah,
it's now part of it's over here. My guess is probably 2,000 degrees.
Oh, at least with the way those char burns are on that pallet jack.
Yeah.
And with it bending the metal on those racks.
Surprising the building is still up.
I was thinking the same thing. You would think something when it gets that hot, you would think it would basically just not like a candle melt in on itself. You would think. It's just, I got sick.
So that
to the
was the
stomach when I
10th.
saw
So
this,
yeah,
and-
that was Sunday.
Yeah. It actually happened, overnight, Saturday into Sunday, like at 2:30 in the morning, I think.
3 a.m. You got the call.
Yep. It's just, it hits hard for me, especially because they are Kansas business.
Well, it hits all of us. I mean,
It does, absolutely. It hits us all, and
I mean,
they're
look
one
at
of my
this.
go-tos.
Here's Graphs.
Yeah.
That commented on it.
Yeah.
Saying we're sorry.
They
And they
said
said they'll help out however they can. I mean, come on. That's a competitor. Who does that? We do.
Yeah.
This community, yeah.
everyone but Midway.
Yeah.
Well,
thank you for your business.
Midway is my last. I will say I have it very fortunate where I am. I'm in the perfect triangle of reloading areas between Powder Valley, Graphs, Brownells, Midway USA. I'm in the Sierra Bullets is nearby, Starline. I'm in like the perfect area.
Yeah.
And
But
don't forget Natchez. You got Natchez right
Natchez is
down.
right down the road.
Yep.
I always forget about them. They're a little hidey hole in the back. I forget about, but
They're a hidey hole that have great deals
they do. I need to
Yeah.
get them added to my list.
They
of
are
links
just
to go
amazing.
to.
If you are not getting Natchez's catalog
I
and
do.
their
I just-
emails, you
I
need
just-
to be.
I don't even pay. They're not my go-to. Like Powder Valley is my main one. Then Graphs. I need to put Natchez above Midway. I've started using that one over by Jim, that blue collar reloading. I've started using them quite a bit for stuff.
We should really make a list of them and post them in the Discord.
Yeah, that's something I can work
And
on this
maybe
weekend.
a list in the files on the Reloading Podcast group page on Facebook.
So
So
I will keep an eye out if they do any sort of fundraiser or anything for Powder Valley.
I don't think they're going to do a fundraiser.
I see something. I don't know if Ben.
I
Yeah.
I think, they were lucky they had a second warehouse that had all the reloading equipment and everything in it. Um, you know, so that and their new outdoor part was in that second building too. So they're going to survive with that, even though their main business was primers, bullets, and powder. Um, but I see a big fight on the insurance side of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because insurance is not going to cover the total investment they lost, and that's
That's got to be millions of dollars. Come on, guys.
Hmm.
a lot.
Yep.
Then becomes the thing, will they get certain licensing back due to the fire? That's what's you know
Oh,
you know you know how the government is.
oh, geez, are they going to be able to rebuild?
Yeah,
Yeah.
were they grandfathered in that area? Who knows?
Well, and then what is the fire code requirements going to be?
Yeah,
That's the hard part. They're going to make them put in, a new water line all the way in, big 6, 8 inch water main with some big pumps and
Hmm.
put you know fire suppression in all over, which they may have had, but you know, I again I don't know. I've never been to their place, but um, let's be honest, unless you're in a big municipality, having a 6 or an 8 inch water main going into your place and then going to fire pumps, you ain't gonna do it.
And I know where their location was at. They weren't in no big town. It's a small town they were from, so it's nothing major out there.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it's Kansas. We don't have some of the bureaucracy some other states do. Um,
Oh, if it happened in Illinois, oh,
oh God, they would never. They would move. They would have to move.
yeah,
They wouldn't survive in Illinois.
no, no.
Just ask a couple of 2A
if,
industries.
if it happened in Wisconsin, they wouldn't survive.
Yeah,
No, probably
I'm-
not.
You know,
that's the only fortunate thing they have is they're in Kansas, and
you know,
Kansas supports their industry.
if they a way around it would be if they put in a big pond and did it that way, they may be able to get around it with fire suppression. But wow, you know, yeah, it's sad to hear. It is very sad to hear. And I'm still going to be buying stuff from them,
Oh, absolutely.
and
I'm zooming in, and as far as I can tell, it looks like they might have actually had a sprinkler system of some sort.
Well, I'm like Tommy Boy stated earlier. I think they had to have a fire suppression system, otherwise that whole ceiling would have came down.
right, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a metal building. It would have all collapsed inside of itself. If it wasn't fire suppressed.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't. Well, we all know how smokeless powder goes up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's not an explosion. It's just a burn, and it's very hard to put out. It supplies its own oxygen. So
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's why it works, is because the propellant supplies its own oxygen because it contains its own oxidizer.
right. So on a lighter note, we've had two bad things happen. Mike has quit Cabela's, and Powder Valley is burned down.
You know what though? But this may make them rise up and be better than they ever were. I mean,
Oh, sure.
a lot of people have come back from worse things than this and been a lot better company.
I just hope they have the pockets and the insurance to cover it. You know,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's an expensive stock to replace.
It is.
You know,
Not difficult to get. I mean, it's just
well, yeah, but that difficult means expensive.
yeah.
So, um, and they were my go-to for powder. I bought more powder through them than anybody but Accurate Arms when Accurate Arms was owned by Accurate Arms in Wisconsin.
So on a good note, yeah, Tommy, good point.
Oh gosh.
Says luckily, if they had black powder, it was stored in separate buildings, different buildings.
I don't remember who I was talking to. But I thought somebody I was talking to said GoEx had another explosion down at their plant in Louisiana recently.
God.
I don't remember who that was. Maybe it was Joel when Joel and I had lunch a while back. That could have been it.
Well, Hodgson has had a number of fires at their
Yeah.
locations, and their production plant for what was the black powder substitute that they had?
Pyrodex.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean that was a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
It took years for Pyrodex to come back. But a lot of fireworks places, all that kind of stuff, we see those go up all the time.
Yeah, there was one in L.A.
Mm-hmm. Not too long ago. You know, and look at the manufacturers, especially primer manufacturers. They're getting more and more automated, but there's still people out there that are walking around with wet feet and wrist straps on to keep them from blowing up.
Yep.
What was it? Winchester had a primer detonation not long ago,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of years ago. Federals had a couple of them. They'll come back. But it's just going to be it's going to be hard to find some powders. That's all.
Yep.
So,
Speaking of powders, as we transition from that, Hodgdon did something. So Vargets become real popular, as they hoped it would.
Yeah.
So what they've done is they supersized their 8-pounder. It's now 8.8 pounds, but it's still the same price.
I knew about that. I had to be quiet though. So
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, Australia must be turning it out pretty fast then for them.
Now they just need to get on Trail Boss. Chop chop.
Yep.
there.
Shush.
I know I can't say stuff. I know too much stuff behind the scenes, so I can't say a lot.
Keep
Yeah.
it shut, Nick. Keep it
No,
shut.
basically, I said they're working their best. That's the best.
We
thing I
do
can
not
say.
want to piss them off.
I'm not
Steve.
trying to. I love Hodgson, love Joel, love Chris.
Yeah.
I love all those guys. Great people, great family. Best
Yes,
family
they
I've
are.
ever.
They're an
One of the best
amazing
families I ever
family.
known. But from what from Joel's mouth, and this is basically he said, tell this to your people. They are pushing 100% the best they can to
Oh yeah.
get it back as best as they can.
That's
From
been
the horse's
Chris's 3-year goal.
Yeah.
Because the last time I saw Chris, he said, "We're working on it." He said if I could figure out how to get somebody here to make it, I would do it in a heartbeat.
Mhm.
So they're working on it. But yeah, he's been pushing that plant for 3 years. And
I wonder with this new 8.8, could that be the new standard for most of your, like for say Varget,
I would think so.
some of your main powders out there? I could see this going to your new standard large true jug, what we call a jug.
Right.
I could see that being the new standard.
That'd be nice. So, holy crap, I got a lot of number 7. What the hell do you use that for?
300 black eye, I think I use, or is that number 9? I use accurate number 9 for. I
I
can't
just
remember.
realized I got 3 pounds of accurate number 7. I'm like, what the hell? Where'd that come from?
Your
Anyway.
wallet.
No, I didn't buy that. I got that in horse trades.
You know, that might be packaging too, because 8.8 pounds of what? 8,000? No, 4,000 grains?
7,000.
No, wait a minute. 8.8.
It's almost 9 pounds of powder.
Carry the 1. Move the 3. So what the hell?
Wait a minute.
So a pound is actually 16 ounces. So 8.8 would be 8.5. So
More than
8.5 times 7,000 is 59,500.
Yeah,
So that's an odd number. So that theory's out the window.
yeah.
Whatever theory you had.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
8.8 times 7,000.
I could see where Tommy Boy is coming out, where it was meant for the European market, but that
Could
fell
be.
through. But I could see this being the new standard because Vitivori is
Oh, I
known for
suppose.
doing
Yeah.
odd sizes.
8.8 pounds works out to 3.99161 kilograms.
Yeah, 4 kilogram package roughly. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I could see that absolutely.
Yeah.
I could see that being the new industry standard jug
Mhm.
size.
They're doing it for multiple reasons, whether it be ease of packaging, shipping, distribution, or something.
Yeah.
There's another reason why they're doing it.
Well, if you're
Yeah.
selling, powder by the pound, and the world runs on kilograms,
Yeah.
Vivitori used to sell, 2-pound bottles.
You know what?
This time.
The rest of the world runs on the metric system. We don't, and we're the only ones that've been to the moon. So piss off.
I've had to do the metric system for 30 years with work, so
I am so used to flipping back and forth.
yeah, it's no big deal.
4
Being in the
kilograms.
automotive world, you got to flipping back and forth. Now I'm fixing all sorts of either European or Japanese or Chinese equipment. And so, you got measurements and this and that. And, you get when you're looking at your hose, you got to replace it's in centimeters or millimeters. And so
Well,
there's a conversion app that is beautiful.
Nick ought to know all about it because when he used to design for the state of Illinois, it was done.
I don't look at those plans. I hated
Oh.
those plans. Well, mind you,
That
I was
explains a whole crap ton.
That was before I was there. That
Okay.
was my dad could help me on that. 09 and 010
Yeah.
When
010?
when Illinois went metric for like 2 years.
oh god, no.
It was maybe it was early 2000s.
It-
So
That
I remember,
explains so much.
I remember,
I remember
getting
Yep.
plans and specs from the state, and all
they
that.
did it for a short time because when I worked for IDOT and I'd have to go back and look at plans for the history of the roadway to redesign the road, I would have to look back through the old plans and I would find the ones with the metric, and I didn't even worry about those. I just skipped over that set.
it's been 20 plus years It's been 20 plus years. Then they did a couple years of true metric plans. Then they went to a
That's the one
soft
I'm thinking of. The
Right.
2 year, I think it was like 2 years, like 08, 09, or 09, 010.
I don't know, but then they went to a soft conversion.
Yeah. I
When was
hate metrics.
Blagojevich in charge?
Yeah, I don't know.
Uh huh. Yeah.
That was around 09.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just remember Illinois going to, and the spec book changing everything metric.
2003 to 2009.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
And guys were making mistakes and figuring, square meters and square yards, and yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah, we still have to do some metric at work, but I just throw it. I have a macro built into my software that I can just click a button and it converts square yards to metric yards and stuff like that.
Yeah, square meters, square yards. And,
Yeah, I just hit a button and it goes right to it, so I can send it to some of my clients that are
Mm-hmm.
Japan or wherever they are. So
Yeah. So I mean, but AutoCAD's come a long way since then.
oh, absolutely, yeah.
You know, um, that's it's it's a wonderful piece of software.
Yep.
And I go back to release 10.
Anybody see Connor Zillich on Saturday?
What an idiot. Do you think he races next week?
Nope.
I don't think so. Well, does he get another waiver? He already has one injury waiver. How does that work? Can you have multiple injury waivers in 1 year? I don't know if you can.
It's NASCAR. They can do what they want.
They're gonna do it because he's gotten scary good. Is what he's done.
Yeah.
But no, this was good to see. I think it's going to be the new industry standard for your jug size. It really doesn't take any more space up on like a retail shelf. It looks a little taller than other jugs, so height wise, when you're setting shelves, they're going to be a little different. But retail space, I don't see it really adjusting much.
No, it won't affect retail space. The thing is going to be the metric conversion of getting people used to buying.
Yeah.
And they're still going to sell it at 8.8 pounds.
I'll just round up to 9 if I'm calculating price per pound.
Mm-hmm.
You're 0.2 away, just round up to 9. Easy enough to figure it out per pound price.
Yeah.
You're not gonna haggle over a couple cents.
The kilogram part of it is because it's where most of the powders are being manufactured.
Yep.
Canada, Australia, then you got the Vittori, which is Finland. Yeah, it's all coming from Europe or other places. About the only thing we make still is ball powder. We got St. Mark's to do that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So.
Mike, you're gonna have to rename this episode.
Nah. Because we're still going to talk about that.
Okay.
So.
Oh wow!
All right, gang. Oh, I forgot to mention I got a new pew pew. I got a Remington Model 10.
Wow!
One of the nicest ones I've seen.
Yes.
Because a lot of Model 10s are road hard to put up wet.
Yeah, and this one was dirt cheap.
I will say, Mike, you will miss those. I know you're going to miss those part of it.
Yes.
Did you get it cheaper than I got my Model 10?
The one you mutilated?
I didn't
He
mutilate.
didn't.
I
It was only $50.
I
How
paid
can
50,
you- how
50
can you-
bucks, and I guarantee I could sell that right now for $1,500.
No, it was double what you paid for yours.
That's still cheap.
Yes. But I would say the bluing is probably 90%
Yeah,
Well,
at
mine
least.
wasn't
And
that
it's-
pretty.
not been refinished.
Good deal.
The only thing I haven't done is run to see what year it is, but the only thing I'm probably going to do to it is I'm going to put choke tubes in it once I get good at that. So,
Well, it's slam fire. Have you
I
tried
know.
it?
haven't tried yet.
Then the only year that would not be slam fire is the last year. We found that out for ourselves.
Well, at some time. I know
think it-
20, 29.
I'm not going to check right now.
You don't even need shells.
I know, but we've made it this far on YouTube. Might as
That's
well not
true.
get kicked
Come
off at
on.
this point.
Now look at him. He's going to try it. Don't get us in trouble.
Where did Datey?
It's a Pedersen design. It's in the trigger well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, won't let him pump with holding the trigger.
What's
No.
that?
Yeah. If you're holding the trigger back and it won't pump, it doesn't have the sear. Oh, it might.
It'll
Can't
pump.
tell.
Yeah, I can't tell. My guess is
That-
probably based off what little working I just did there. All right. So anyone want a bolt? Somebody's playing with brass.
Yep.
Hey, did you hear the inventor of the USB died the other day?
I did not.
Yeah, unfortunately, when they put him in the ground, they had to pick him back up and flip him over because they put him in wrong.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
Oh God!
I was waiting for a joke. I'm like, where's the joke coming in this?
They plugged him in wrong.
Plug him
They
in
plugged
wrong.
him in. They plugged him in. They plugged him in incorrectly.
Oh jeez.
You like that?
God.
Mm.
Talk about irreverent.
Ah.
There we go.
What you got on the second screen, Mike? There we go.
My toy. Hey, Kate, light it up. So this is what it looks like when you tangle yourself all up.
I see metal filing on those resting marks.
Yeah. You know why?
Why?
It hadn't been shot. So
It hasn't been
this,
shot. That'd be from the proof load.
Yep. Whee! Okay, so this is the chamber. And here we're diving in. Here's the rifling. Here's the beginning of the rifling. Okay. Now this is a 6.5 needs more barrel. Next up is a 6.5 284. So realistically, the only thing different is the chamber.
Oof.
Okay, that's a chamber. So go on up. Okay, there's the case mouth end.
Yep.
That's where the rifling starts.
A little bit metal filing there.
So a lot of fire cracking. We have a lot of lands that are wearing out there.
I'd say those are some very shallow lands.
But the fire cracking is telling you, ooh, right there is bad.
Yeah, yeah. They're pretty much gone.
That's yeah.
Throat erosion.
Yep.
So when people are talking about, yes, these are caliber specific. In case you didn't notice, this one's not very wobbly. So this is the one that fits down this bore. The next one up is the 30 cal. So, but yeah, you can see
Right there. Right there. You can see the burnt lands. And
way to go, Jim.
Yeah, I was trying to zoom in and I wound up zooming out.
Yeah, you did. That's not bad.
so right where you see it started up the ramp for the lands that 1.5% slope, you can see that the lands themselves have burned out, and there's a lot of fire cracking in the edges, and that's pretty well worn out.
Yeah.
I would say that's a candidate for a rebarrel.
So now we'll go down farther.
What's the round count on this barrel? They know.
I'm not sure. I don't remember. I don't think Ken even knows. But you can see the definite difference.
Mm-hmm. But even there, it's burnt.
Yeah.
It's you got a lot.
Worn.
There's
There's not
Go ahead.
There's not a lot of difference in height.
No, and there's a lot of junk that's built up into the into the edges of the lands, and has been burnt. Yeah, so that's pretty much a shot out barrel.
Look how much brighter the barrel's gotten as you go down toward the end compared to the chamber end.
Now we're at the end.
Yeah, and it's fairly. Oh, that ain't good, but okay.
Yeah, not much of a crown.
There's a ding to the crown.
It's like
crown
ate it away. Yeah.
But other than that, right at the end of the barrel there, the lands are still fairly sharp. There's you got some pitting in that's in there, but that's kind of normal. Yeah, but it's a shot out barrel because way down at the other end, and then the crown is shot too. So, but right there, you're
Yeah.
starting to see where the lands have flattened out, and the burnt it's fire cracked into there, and it's pretty much
There's no clear definition.
yeah. Yeah, JB Bore Paste and Kroll is not going to fix that burl.
No.
You know, make it a lot brighter.
Yeah.
But right there, see how burnt that is? Look at the alligatoring in there. Look at the alligatoring. Wow. I've seen that before.
This is exactly why I wanted this barrel from Ken when he got that gun rebarreled. Is so we can do stuff like this.
Yes. That
And
is
as good as the Endo Snake was, it didn't have the ability to use these mirrors. And these mirrors are a game changer from Teslon.
Yeah, Tesla has made that market incredible in those.
Yeah. Overall, the Teslon setup is a lot better. The Endo Snake was decent. They don't make it anymore. They went out of business with that because Teslon is that much better. So.
Yeah, the only way you go better is a complete optical one, and those are really, really expensive.
Yep. So now we're going to go back down. My 6.5 needs more.
Okay. Now look at the tooling marks in the in the ramp.
And right there, you can even see the tooling marks in the beginning of the
throw
grooves.
Yep.
Now, a better quality barrel would not have those tooling marks like that.
Are you saying the Italians didn't put a good barrel on this Franchi?
Yeah, I think the reamer was a little needed to be sharpened.
No.
Yeah.
So.
Now it needs a good cleaning.
Yes, it does.
Has that been shot?
I honestly have no idea. There was debate on that. It looks like it's got some brass mark on the bolt.
And there's brass right there in your.
So if it was shot, it wasn't shot much.
Pull it back some.
Ooh, shiny.
Yeah, a little farther.
That is just weird.
Oh, right there. Yeah, a little bit of alligatoring. See the cracks on the top edge there. A little bit of alligatoring, not much.
So what causes that?
Heat from the powder.
Yeah, just you get into a heavier pressure load that starts to eat away at it. And
ball powder will do that because it's hotter.
I go back to the road, like a roadway. We get alligator cracking in roads when the hot temperatures, heavy traffic, it just starts to form in the roadway.
Poor base.
Yep. Yeah, poor base is another one. Yep. So.
But
let's try this again now that the mirror is not spinning.
It's had a few loads through it.
Yeah.
not a lot.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
It's
I'm
I'd
not
say
going to complain for $100.
maybe 2 boxes. I'd say 2 to 3 boxes.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain for $100.
no. Go up to the top. Let's see where we're at. Okay. Those look real nice.
Yeah.
That's no problems there. So as Mike is going to use that gun for deer hunting and basic shooting, okay. I think a little cleanup of the crown could happen. I think taking it to a good gunsmith or somebody with a good lathe and putting an 11-degree crown on that would help it.
Yeah. Actually, I was looking through stuff the other day and I came across an article, and I got to go back and look this up and read it. But there was an article about putting an 11-degree crown on without a lathe.
Oh yeah, you can get stuff from Brownells and put a crown on it. And there's what was it, Manson Reamers or Reamer Rental? I think it's Reamer Rental.
Yeah, they make a tool you can put in a cordless drill and do it. I mean, it's
Tool Rentals at 4D Reamer Rentals. And crowning tools. They have, they have a couple of dish type crowning tool or a 11-degree crowning tool. And you can rent them for $28 plus deposit.
Where's that at?
4D Reamer Rentals. Yep. Good place to know for renting reamers, throating tools, all that kind of good stuff.
Ooh, they sell Sarasafe there too.
Yep.
And they sell swivel studs in bulk.
Mm-hmm.
Good night, gentlemen. I'm going to call it a day.
good night, Jim.
Good
Good
night,
night,
sir.
sir.
Good night, Mikey.
Good night. We probably won't be on too much longer.
Good night. Bye-bye.
So,
What's there to think of Clifford Zach's question?
Ooh, forcing cone tools.
I have to say that he's right to a point.
They're not necessarily the most accurate.
No, they won't be the most accurate, but they'll last the longest.
Yeah,
Okay.
a chrome molly barrel will be more accurate than a.
Right. And, even though everybody goes stainless, all right, everybody in target shooting, a chrome molly barrel is still going to last longer than a stainless steel barrel.
Mm-hmm.
The hardest part they have with chrome moly is machining it. So it is much more difficult to machine than stainless steel. As far as accuracy goes, either one can be as accurate, as a gunsmith can make it.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much voodoo in a barrel, it's unreal.
I look at it from the milsurp side. You have more of a chance of a 1903 Springfield, an M1 Garand, some of your other guns being shot out first over something like a Japanese Arisaka, because the Japanese Arisaka are chrome lined barrels.
Right.
So that's why I look at it. Like when we were at the auction last week, and they had a couple Arisakas, especially the Type 99 is where the chrome lined barrel was the mainstay. You can just look at the end of the muzzle and see how you can have a guess of how good your bore is going to be just by seeing the chrome lining on the muzzle crown.
Mm-hmm.
You can't figure out on a 03 Springfield barrel or a Garand barrel. You have to gauge it or check it or even just shoot it to know how your barrel at bore is. So that's the way I kind of look at it. Chrome lining, but like you said, Paul, better, longer life barrel, better barrel life. It's just gonna it basically that body armor for the rifling in the barrel.
I have a Smith & Wesson AR-15 that has 5R rifling that is chrome lined.
Mhm.
Okay. I shoot a red dot sight on it, and it with my regular load at 100 yards, it's good for 1 inch all day long. And I give it to my kids, and they shoot, all day long with it. Not even worried about them shooting that barrel out. Not at all. Now then, I have a couple of 223s and one that I remember that my kids burned out a barrel on it. Okay. So, you give a kid a heavy barrel 223 Remington 700, and you take him to the range and said, "Here you go. Here's boxes of ammo. Go shoot."
Yep.
And yep, certainly did. They shot it out.
Yeah.
And they can do just about what you do at a prairie dog town, and in a day. So you figure on a good prairie dog town, you can shoot 300 to 500 shots a day. The barrel's going to last, if you're only using one gun, the barrel is going to last you 5-6 days. Okay, at that rate of fire. 22 250, 2,000 rounds. Okay, that's it on a prairie dog field. I take my match M1A. It's got a national match barrel on it. It's still good. Okay. I replaced it one time and it's still good. I don't know how many rounds through it. 5,000-6,000 rounds through it. Still works. Still good. 6.5 barrels. We've all heard the horror stories, but if you're shooting PRS, you're gonna burn out a barrel. You're gonna two-day match is 400 rounds. You're gonna shoot a barrel out. GIs going through basic training, shoot barrels. They get handed crap guns that don't shoot worth a damn, and have gone through who knows how many training reps, to teach somebody how to shoot, even though they're chrome lined. Look at the amount of wear that goes into them cleaning them. you know, 4-piece cleaning rod, brushes, all that kind of stuff. And you guys are worried about your Grands and your O3s and Enfields.
Well, yeah, that's why I don't use cheap
Yeah,
cleaning products. With the old stuff, you have to buy good products.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't run much brass brushes down my bores anymore. I really have started going to the Pro Shot. What is it, the polymer bristle brush or the
Yeah.
what do they call those?
The plastic brush.
Yeah, more of a
It's a plastic brush. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to take away any carbon or gunk in the barrel, but it's not going to hurt the rifling. But it gets the gun clean. I don't want to, and I hate how people. When I worked at the gun shop, I couldn't determine what we stocked for cleaning kits. Somebody brings up this cheap $10 cleaning kit. Will this work? I'm like, yeah, yes, it'll work, but don't use the brushes in that, please. For the love of God, please don't use the brushes. Buy this, spend the extra $7-8, get you the good brushes from Pro Shot, which are made 45 minutes down the road from here.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to last you the lifetime.
I'll still use a bronze or brass brush on
It depends on what I'm
completely filthy rifle nobody took care of. But once it's clean,
and
then you go to a good brush.
And just after a standard range visit, shooting 50 rounds, I'm just going to run that standard polymer-based brush through it, and it's going to get it clean. I'm not hurting anything.
I have turned more to chemicals in cleaning my barrels than anything else. Thorough clean, patch out, and accelerator, and my old standby of JB bore paste and Kroll. Those are my go-tos. And the other thing is stay away from those damn pull-through snakes.
Why is that?
All they do is collect dust and grit and everything else. And you're pulling that through a barrel. Yeah, that don't make sense. Boar snake and all that kind of stuff. I have difficulty with some of the cleaning rods that are out there. I don't mind an all steel one; that's fine. Aluminum ones, no. What happens to aluminum is as soon as you've exposed it to air, it becomes aluminum oxide, and that's sandpaper. Dewey is my go-to rod, but I just tried a what was it? I don't know. I can't remember the name brand off the top of my head, but it's 5 foot tall. Okay, it's a 5 foot long rod. You get a 30-inch barrel, and then you got a 14. You got 14 or 15 inches of pull, and so you're talking a 40, 46, 48 inches, and I hate it when my cleaning rod handle hits the stock. So I bought this one cleaning rod to do away with a lot of that. And the next thing is a bore guide. Spend the money, get a good bore guide. Fit it to the chamber, fit it to the caliber. You can go on Sinclair's and buy a good nylon one that fits right up in there. It's got O-ring seal in there so you don't get any junk in the chamber and anything else, and you know, have at it. They don't make the one that I have anymore. They stopped making them, but um, they make the nylon ones, and the nylon are great. You know, you get one for each action and for each caliber, and you're ready to go. Don't cheap out on that kind of stuff. I mean, $15-$20 for a cleaning guide is nothing. Oh, Tommy boy.
So he made a comment while I was gone. And he says more good barrels in the last few years have been changed out because of these cheap bore scopes than ever before. And so when I got back, I asked him, I said, are you including the Tesla in that cheap bore scope comment? And he said, what? And then I said, one of your previous comments. And I said, and so his response was, if about bore scalps, yes, many good barrels get replaced because what a barrel looks like, just because they look horrible doesn't mean they can't shoot. Valid point. This one that I just showed didn't shoot. That's why it got replaced. So, but my question was, are you including Tesla in your comment about cheap bore scopes? And if so, please provide an example of a good bore scope. Thank you. So,
Don't we
yeah, I
all
mean, if
run a
somebody,
Tesla?
what's that?
I think we all four of us have Teslas, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's the industry standard, I think, anymore as far as consumer. Most of us consumer.
So he kind of has a point.
Yeah.
You know, you don't go by looks on the barrel; you go by how it shoots. A lot of people don't know how to use any of them. They just hear, oh, bore scope, let's go buy one. And they buy one of them off Amazon. They don't even know what they do or what they're looking for. They just run it down there and, oh, well, this looks funny. We should get rid of this barrel. And they have no clue.
Most people aren't going to know if their barrel's been shot out.
No.
Just shooting. Because most people can't shoot good enough
No, exactly.
to tell if their barrel's being worn out.
Right. So that barrel, the groups on that barrel with the same ammunition went from 1 MOA to 4 MOA. So I believe is what Ken said. I went scrolling back and kind of quick search. So he uses his for cleaning. I hope you're not using the camera itself for cleaning. I'm just guessing that you're just running it down the barrel to see what the barrel looks like.
I think it's for visual inspection.
Yeah. But yeah, obviously I got to do some, it looks like I got to do some serious cleaning on that gun that I have. So.
Okay. The best bore scope out there is the Hawkeye Shooter's Edition Slim Bore Scope. Okay, everybody is sitting down because
I'm afraid to hear the price.
it's $1,250.
Yeah.
Okay, it is not
what diameter is
camera.
it?
It is not a camera type. It is an actual eyepiece you look through, and it is all optics. So you have to focus it, everything else as you get into it, and you know, with the light that's in there. Yeah.
You should send me that link just so I can put it in the show notes just for fun.
I am getting it here for you right now.
That's insane. I'll stick to my good old Tesla all day long.
Yeah.
But you have a medical procedure, and they have to use some kind of, lack of a better word, a borescope. That's the type they would use. That optical.
Absolutely.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure theirs is a hell of a lot more expensive than that.
You'd be
They may. Yeah. Well, then the inflated price because it's medical use, you know.
Jeez.
Here you go. You can get 1,247 reward points if you did that.
From who?
Oh, Midway. Yeah. Yes. So
Yeah,
that one's got
yours is Butterfield.
the right angle eyepiece, the light, which is just an old mag light, mini mag.
That's a mini mag light. Oh my
Yep.
god.
Mhm. And yes, it's all optical. It is focusable and everything else. Yeah, that used to be the only borescope that a gunsmith would own. Okay. I wouldn't own a Lyman compared to a Teslon. I think the Teslon beats a Lyman all that.
Is Lyman even still making theirs?
Yes, they are.
I am shocked they have not gotten put away with the Tesla.
Yeah. Oh, come on. Oh, wow. I forgot this one.
Oh my gosh, 2,500. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. That has a camera attached. That's why it's more money. So, yeah.
But one thing I use for my Tesla is checking on some of my Milsurp gas guns, getting the gas hole erosion. So I use that quite a bit on those to check that corrosive. Is that corrosive starting to eat away at that gas hole?
You
Does
said
that feed?
gas hole.
Yeah, I did. I did say that. That when it bleeds that gas back to the gas block, back to the bolt. So Hakeem's were really known for that. SVT 40s, stuff like those. It's known for eating away at that inner wall of that hole that goes up into the gas block.
Yeah.
Myself, I would have to see a drop in accuracy before I would go totally off a borescope.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the reason when you start seeing.
Yeah.
If I look at it, if I got a 1/2 inch gun, okay, and I start going to 3/4 of an inch all the time, okay, and now it's time to take a look and see what's going on.
Right.
If your gun shoots a 1 inch group and all of a sudden it starts shooting 2 inches, okay, time to look at it. Is it worth buying and having a barrel put on a gun versus just going out and buying another gun?
True.
I mean, the average shooter is going to spend anywhere from $700 to $1,500 on a rifle, right? And a barrel is going to cost somebody to have them taken and chambered and put on is going to cost anywhere from $600 or $700 to $1,000 or more. You know, put a carbon fiber barrel on that gun, and all of a sudden you're in the $1,200 range, and just getting the the carbon fiber barrel and having it chambered by the gunsmith and threaded and put on your gun. So, and I know you can buy carbon fiber guns for less than the cost of doing something like that, unless you're going full all out, uh, wild on it.
Yeah, Savage makes one that's I think we were retailing them for 900.
Yeah. Whereas a oh,
Well, that's the ultralight.
Yeah, I've not used it a ton. I've used it once on a buddy's. Has a one of the Lymans, and I've noticed. Yeah, I don't care for the Lime. I prefer the Tesla over of all the bore scopes. It's just the price point, because I think the Lyman's like $400 some, and that's insane.
yeah. Here, Bullet Central, Bartland carbon fiber wrap barrels, $815, and that's not including chambering or the fitting to your gun. Okay, so versus a standard one. Oh, standard blanks are 400 to 450.
So for the fancier Savage, it's $1,500. That's for the ultralight. That's not just the standard carbon fiber. They've got two different ones. They've got a Predator, and then they've got the ultralight. But the Predator is actually pricey as well. So
okay, so you're looking at $815 just for the barrel, and then chambering and fitting is another $450, $500. That's chambered and fitted, and then having the muzzle crowned and threaded. It's usually $100 for the front end and $400 for the back end. So 5 and 8, $1,300. Savage works out pretty nice at $1,500.
mm-hmm.
Now me, yeah, I'm bad news. I spend the $465 on the barrel and $400 on the chambering, and I have them screw on a new barrel. But I'm buying it for the accuracy part of it. Of course, the last two barrels I bought were prefits from Proof Barrels, and they ran just over $620 each.
You got a hell of a deal on those. Because even with my expert voice discount, it's more than that.
Mm-hmm.
That's for the Defiance Ruckus carbon pre-fit.
No, not the carbon ones. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're just talking the regular ones. Oh, okay.
The regular ones, yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking a carbon.
Yeah. The carbon ones, yeah. You know, I don't mind lugging around the
Extra weight.
the extra weight on a Proof barrel. Yes, their competition barrel weighs in just over 7 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's a 26-inch barrel.
So I wonder if I get the Barrett MRAD pre-fit barrel, do I get a Barrett to go with it?
Now, has anybody heard going about the Barrett? You know, they got selected for the U.S. Army sniper program.
Mm-hmm.
About them having problems with them going off on their own.
I've heard rumors. I haven't seen any actual write-ups or anything.
I haven't seen a write-up, but I saw a video of that happening. Now, you ran the bolt, close the bolt, let the rifle sit there, and the gun went off. That's what I saw. Now,
So essentially a slam fire?
no, he closed the bolt and walked away from the gun. The gun sat there and went off by itself.
Holy shnikes.
Now, could it be that the trigger set too light?
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Poor sear engagement, something like that.
Tommy Boy said they're firing without pulling the trigger. There are tons of videos out there with it.
Yep.
So, if it's a 2-ounce trigger, you can smack the table and that's enough for it to go. Yes. I have proved it. My buddy's got a 2.5-ounce can jar. I've slapped the table and gotten it to go off. No, there was no ammo in the gun.
I run 3 ounces on my Bix and Andy, and it's I'm switching triggers to all Bix and Andy now.
Nice. I'd do that, but I don't have the money. So,
but they will stay perfectly safe at 3 ounces. I know that.
well, I mean, the can jar is perfectly safe too because you don't set it to the 2.5 until you're ready to go.
Yeah, well, the Bix and Andy is 2.5. You know, at 3 ounces at when you close the bolt, it's there.
Right.
So, but I know that their competition triggers, they will go even less than that safely. They have enough sear engagement to hold the rifle bolt striker back safely.
Mm-hmm.
And can jars, what gun does he have it for?
257 Weatherby.
Oh, okay, Howa. Or no, that was the original Weatherby.
That's a Mark.
Mark V, yeah. Oh,
That is not a Weatherby. Or I mean, that is not a Howa.
yeah.
It is not a Vanguard.
Okay. I love Canjar when they were out. They made a great trigger. It just got to the point where guns and
Well, he
triggers.
was hand making everything, is my understanding.
Yeah. And you know, you'd sit down and if anybody, I hope everybody understands, Canjar was a set trigger.
Yeah.
You got on the gun, you looked at, you pushed it forward slightly, and then you could pull the trigger. And yeah, it was beautiful triggers. Beautiful triggers.
It's nice to shoot, even though it's wrong action or wrong-handed.
Oh, you got a lefty, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
So that about covers that. That's some good deals you got there, Tommy Boy, on those Walmart deals.
yeah.
So occasionally they still run clearance specials on some of their guns, but I don't think they do it to that extent anymore.
Yeah, not for $99 and Savages for $89. No, it's been a long, long time. It's hard to find a Walmart that carries the guns anymore.
Yeah.
I know in Missouri and Kansas they do.
What's that, Missouri and Kansas?
Walmart carries guns.
Not all.
Not all.
Some.
Yeah. If they're in a
Some.
big city, they don't carry it. But if they're in a rural area, they carry. Yep.
Even here, some do, some don't.
Mm-hmm.
Here locally to me, I know like the one right here in town carries it, but the one like 5 minutes down the road just does ammo. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
But
All right.
Yerp. So I'll take time to show off the newest patch from Patriot Patch Company. Sorry to all of you who are Patch of the Month Club members. There was a delay. Jake did send out extra patches and stuff to try and offset a little bit of that problem. So here is Ryan's rough draft. And as usual for August, you've got a summer theme. So here is your kicker and your morale patch. Summer vibes. And we've got a iguana holding an Uzi and an RPG. So
He's got to get Florida off his mind there.
yeah.
They haven't started shooting back in Florida yet, guys.
Yeah.
But they do have a guide service in Florida where you can go hunt iguanas with an arrow.
They have lots of them.
Yes.
They said the last time it got really cold, it was kind of interesting because they were literally falling out of the trees.
Mm-hmm.
It was just weird. So
yeah, so those are nice patches. Become a member and support the show.
yeah, you can go over to firearmsradio.net/category/podcast/reloading-2 and click on support the show, and that'll take you over to Patreon. If you want to get one of these kick-ass tumblers or one of the cool Reloading Podcast t-shirts or hoodies, you can click on the green buy our merch button, and that'll take you over to Southern Gals Crafts. You can get that cool stuff there. They've also got can goozies and So, just kind of different ways to rep the, get merch for the show. So, like that awesome hoodie that Nick's wearing right there.
Yeah.
So, I had to wear this one tonight because, like I said, I just found it at Kohl's. It was one of my brother's favorite shirts. And the one that he had, he wore so much it was threadbare and it was no longer wearable. So I'd been kind of looking for it and keeping my eye out. And I was at Kohl's today looking for a suit because I have to wear a monkey suit for my kid's wedding. I tried talking him into letting me wearing a Canadian tuxedo, but that didn't go over well. As soon as my wife figured out what a Canadian tuxedo was.
Oh.
I tried.
Yeah.
And then I found like a 70s prom photo and I told Elijah I was going to wear that. The wife didn't see that one. I didn't send that one to him. I didn't send that one to her. So, but yeah. So yeah, I was at Kohl's looking for suits to see if they had any in stock that I could try on to figure out what my suit coat size is without doing all the stupid measurements. But alas, they didn't. So I got to do all the measurements. Anyway,
Do you have a DXL there?
probably.
That'd be the best place to go, and then get you. They should have sizes big enough to get your
Yeah.
idea.
Well, Kohl's has got big enough sizes on the internet. So, and then I can put it on my Kohl's charge.
Well, the best thing, yeah, you can go to like DXL,
Yeah.
test fit, see what size you need, then you can order. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, I thought about that too. So, there really hasn't been the demand for it, so we haven't.
Tell Clifford's not a Midwest guy. Because everybody in the Midwest, I don't know of a single person in the Midwest that doesn't want a hoodie without a hood. We don't call them sweatshirts. We call them hoodies because they have hoods.
Well,
Hoodie,
otherwise they're a sweatshirt.
they're a sweatshirt, right?
They're the same thing.
But if they have a hood, they're a hoodie. So,
I don't know if I own a hoodie or a sweatshirt without a hood. I don't think I do, at least.
I do, but it's a garage sweatshirt. I picked it up at a
spent-
garage sale for 10 cents. And the only reason I have it, it's a garage sweatshirt and it's for one purpose and one purpose whatsoever. It's because I get it filthy dirty and then I send pictures of it to my mom and it drives her nuts.
Oh.
Because it's a Ohio State Buckeyes sweatshirt.
Oh.
So that's the one I wear when I'm working on cars and stuff in the cold. And it gets all filthy and I'm crawling around on the ground.
I don't even know if I could own that.
Oh, yeah, it's easy. It was 10 cents.
That's like me owning an Iowa sweatshirt.
Yeah, but that's different.
No,
Because you don't have anybody that you're torturing with it.
Oh, I got cousins I could torture in Iowa with it.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Well, see, that's the sole purpose is torturing my mom. Because she goes, "You're gonna give me that sweatshirt?" Every time she sees it hanging in the garage, I'm like, "No, that's my garage sweatshirt." See, if I tear it up, I'm not gonna be sad. It'll go on the bonfire. Maybe I'll sneak some gunpowder in it.
Mike, we don't need another accident. Come on.
I said the bonfire, not the burn barrel.
Come on.
We just had a powder problem now. Okay, we don't need another.
We don't need another one. Yeah.
Oh.
Everybody sees a mushroom cloud rolling up into the sky. Damn it, Mike said it again. Oops. Come on. We've lived here 21 years. I've only rattled the windows twice.
Oh.
Once was because the matches took a little longer to light the gas. And so there was I didn't realize there was a spot where all the vapors were able to pool up inside the where I built the fire, because it had a bunch of just, you know, it was like a bookshelf or something that I destroyed, and so the way I had it piled on there, there was a nice little pocket where a bunch of vapors were able to pool.
I had a buddy shoot a welded up pipe, was 4 inches deep, and he filled it with black powder and then put a steel 4-inch plate up against it and shot it with a 22-250.
Why? Just because it would go bang?
Oh, it went bang all right. Yeah. Dumbest
How
thing.
far away was that plate?
He shot it from a bench 100 yards away.
And where'd the plate wind up?
We don't know. Don't know. Dumbest thing he ever did.
How much shrapnel did he wind up with?
He buried it into the bank of his shooting range. So
Right.
it was in the bank, and the shrapnel and everything else was well contained.
Oh, okay.
The
Well, then it
4-inch.
wasn't that
Yes.
dumb.
Well, no, the 4-inch disc we never found. So, it could have gone through his garage that he had there, his house.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. And the neighbors are all sitting there wondering what the hell happened. Yeah,
It's always fun to keep your neighbors on their toes.
yeah. His one neighbor friend that lived, what was that? North of, what's that road up there, Mike? Just, he was in the Nicolet National Forest, and he was,
Oh,
what's that?
He was above 10.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
yeah,
that's where we were when we blew that pit, when he dynamited that Pinto with 9 full sticks.
yeah. And
That was a crater.
the neighbor, who lives a good ways away, said, "Was that you? Did your propane tank blow up?" Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, I think I've told that story before, but when I was a kid, younger kid, like 9, 10, 11 years old, my buddy's great grandpa was in his 90s, I think, at that point in time. He had a blasting permit that was issued to him in 1917.
oh,
Yep. He was good. He was damn good.
I
So yeah, for fun one day he blew up a Pinto with 9 full sticks because they were getting old and they needed to go away. And he
yeah.
refused to pay the hazmat charge to have them properly destroyed.
If you got a blasting permit, you can, you're okay. License.
Yep.
The
Yeah,
Pinto.
he used the full stick on it. He used the full stick on a 100-year-old oak stump once.
Yeah. Well, now you look at all the kids nowadays that go out there with their tannerite and what they blow up and everything else.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a good thing I don't have land.
Uh huh.
Could you imagine if I had land?
Uh huh.
All of the things that I would blow up with tannerite.
We would be sitting there, watching the podcast from the local morgue.
No. No, I know how to handle explosives and stay far enough away from explosives. They're dangerous.
That's why I have 10 fingers. Okay,
See,
and
all 10.
all 10.
You're talking to a person that used to have a tackle box full of waterproof Wick M80s
Mm-hmm.
that were designed to go off at certain depths.
Mm. And you're talking to somebody that spent their military career um, playing with explosives all the time.
Oh, so you got to play with lots of serious, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I didn't get to play with anything professionally. I was in the minor leagues. Oh, the stuff we blew up.
Well, the fun part was, this side faces enemy. That was a good one.
I want one of those. I'm not gonna lie; those are one of my favorite things to use in zombies. COD zombies. One of the favorite things in Buried is we would just go buy 2 claymores every round and put them up, and we'd be in the little alleyway by Leroy's place, and there would be like 30 claymores laid out, and all you'd see was the two little lasers.
Oh.
Yes, Okist, absolutely best use of a Pinto ever.
Uh-huh.
Second best, top secret.
Clifford Zach. I'm 60, not 30.
Doesn't mean you can't wear a freaking hoodie.
Yep.
Bill
And
Belichick's 70 something. He wears a freaking hoodie.
And
What's
he's young.
yours, dude, bub?
And he's young. He's a young pup.
Yeah, because he's sucking the life out of his girlfriend.
Oh shit. I thought I got away. I got away from that. I don't want to go back.
She's in her 20s. Anyway,
Stop.
that's enough of that. So, if you're looking to hide out because you said something you shouldn't, and the wife's after you, go get yourself some Camerado. Camouflage for every situation. CAMORADIO.com. Use coupon code RELOAD. Save some money. Sean's got all sorts of stuff. All sorts of different patterns for all different situations. Because camouflage is mission specific, just like cheese. So I think I'll save that for next week. Where did I put it? Nikes. There it is. No, that's not it.
Why you look for that? Did you hear he's running for Congress again?
Yeah.
Hopefully somebody that gets hit by a bus.
No. Oh,
Brandon.
boom. Brandon Herrera.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I
So,
think he's got a shot this time.
Good. I got this from the NSSF, and we'll open this next week.
Awesome.
Oh, wow.
So, because that deserves more than a couple seconds. So,
I know you've been busy, Nick. How's the powder measure testing been?
I started it. I'm gonna finish it this weekend.
Ah,
So I got it a little bit started late last week. So
I have some floor space cleared. So I have a little table that my mom used to use for sewing. It's got 2 fold-out sides. That's in the back of the truck. That's coming in tomorrow. I got to finish putting it back together. She started taking it apart. And then I'm going to start testing. So, because I still can't go shooting, even though I don't have the splint on. Yeah, last Wednesday I decided to get into a fight with an angle grinder. I lost.
yes.
So up until today, I've been in a splint. She told me today I can stop wearing the splint except for at work, so that means I can ride the motorcycle tomorrow. Whee! So, but oh, by the way, for those of you who didn't know, Vet Bond from 3M, for all intents and purposes, is Dermabond. So I know people are shocked who pay attention. Anyway. So yeah, that's from the NSSF. We'll cover that next week, but that's one of the things that they offer that I found when I was looking for some more tools for suicide prevention. So, because we do take that seriously here, just like a few other shows on the network and a lot of other groups do. So, but on that note, let's put a bow on this puppy and keep your brass shiny.
Jump on the Millsap short bus.
Don't listen to your mama, Grandpa said. Violence does solve problems.
Especially when the proper use of high explosives is applied.
Yes, definitely.
Sometimes improper. Anyway, make sure you're supporting the Second Amendment. GOA just had their goals convention. Rumor has it, I haven't seen anything to confirm, and I haven't looked today yet, but rumor has it it's not going to be in Knoxville next week or next year.
Well, that's what's his name told us when he was on a while back. Who did we have on from GOA? We had somebody on. I swore we had somebody on.
Did we have John?
Did we have John?
Yeah, we had John on.
Yeah. And I remember them saying that wasn't going to be in Knoxville, but they hadn't announced where. Oh, Mike, don't you say Midwest. Don't you say Midwest.
Yep.
Where?
Des Moines.
Okay. Sign me up. Let's go.
I'm in.
I'm in. Easy 3-hour drive.
Yep.
Maybe 4, but still, that's nothing. I could do that in my sleep. All right. Yep.
All right.
Yeah. So
well, you know what that maybe means. Wow. It'd be interesting to see if John Patton. I don't think he'll
August 1st and 2nd next year. Patton is not going to be in Cleveland.
Oh, I know that. No, absolutely not. But I know he would like to see Brownells back involved. Don't do it at Brownells, but see what GOA does here with this in Des Moines. Try to see something like that. So I would love to see that. But
Yep.
I just love. I'm a Midwest guy. Grew up Midwest. I hate leaving the Midwest. I don't know what it is. I don't like go. There's places I would enjoy going to visit, but I don't know. It's living Midwest your whole life. It's hard to leave.
Yep. Understand. So. Anyway. No, he's so kissed.
Oh, jeez.
The proper pronunciation. Idiots out wandering around land. So, support the Second Amendment. Make sure that you are sending money to one of the groups that has filed a lawsuit to challenge the validity of the NFA. Now that they dropped the tax. The group, there's 2 different lawsuits filed. A lot of coordination and cooperation, which
What was it? 13 states.
that's the other thing. You're talking cooperation on the scale we've never seen in pro Second Amendment before. Nobody's trying to throw anybody else under the bus. Even the 2 lawsuits. The one group isn't bitching about the other group, gang.
And the NRA is big in both of them.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think about.
So, it looks like the NRA is actually... They're not back.
They're
They're on
getting
the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it's one of those that if you're looking for somewhere to spend some money, it's probably not a bad place. It may not be the best place, but it's not a bad place anymore. But yeah, they're definitely making progress. So there's that. But there's a lot of other good organizations that we've today out there that you definitely should be supporting. A couple of the biggest, obviously, GOA and SAF. Those two have been filing a lot of lawsuits over the years. So,
Mhm.
I mean, without the Second Amendment Foundation, we don't have Heller and McDonald. So,
Who knows where it'd be without, Second Amendment Foundation, GOA.
yeah. And then you've got
FPC.
FPC that's been doing some good stuff.
Yep.
NAGR, National Association of Gun Rights, pulled their head out of their proverbial tuchus and has, they've a complete 180.
Oh, big time. Yeah.
They used to just be a money grubbing scheme for one Dudley Brown, and I don't even know what happened to him. Hopefully he got run over by a bus. He was a horrible piece of IATA. Anyway, they got involved in Colorado and they got serious. They had the no compromise stance, which anybody who's involved in fighting for 2A knows that's a stupid idea. You're not going to get anywhere. Unfortunately, because we gave it away a piece at a time, we have to claw it back at a piece at a time, gang. It's going to be a slow, long, uphill slogging fight, foot by foot. We're not going to get any home runs because there's too many states out there that are horribly anti-gun.
Huh.
And I'm not saying just because they're blue, all right? They're horribly anti-gun because they're horribly anti-gun. It has nothing to do with whether they're blue or red, because there's some red states out there that are anti-gun. And you just look at them and go, the heck? So, and you got to watch. I just got a notification today. I got to verify it, but anytime you get email from gun groups, verify that what they're saying is true, because the antis have started to create their own pro-gun gun groups to take funds away from the actual people doing it. They've done it a few times. They've gotten busted every time. But they usually are winding up a few $1 million that are going in their coffers before they get caught. So make sure you're vetting who you're giving your money to. Make sure you're paying attention to what's being proposed in your state legislatures, in the national Congress, also your city councils, your town boards. Sometimes they're sneaky and they do it with zoning versus anything else. They zone it so there's no possible. Chicago's famous for that. Chicago set up their zoning so there was no possible way to have a gun store and there was no possible way to have a shooting range.
Yep.
They didn't legislate it out of existence. They zoned it out of existence. Now, that cost them a few $1 million. Hi, Ken. We were showing off your barrel earlier. We're just about done. We're just talking about supporting Second Amendment and why it's important. So, Ken, you missed it where I announced my resignation from Bass Pro. So, anyway, make sure you're paying attention. What?
Like you said, this is the best all of the groups have been co-aligning as one to go after it that I've ever seen.
Yes.
Which is incredible to see. People aren't bashing the NRA as much anymore. I was shocked when John Patton had NRA at GunCon. I never thought I'd see that again. And for that to happen after how bad he got razzed.
That was kind of a big thing. So that was a big surprise that he did do that. So, do I think they're ever going to go skipping down the laneway holding hands? No. But so. If you want to hear a little bit more about what happened with GunCon and everything, listen to last week's We Like Shooting. John was on talking about it for a bit. So anyway, yeah, I mean, make sure you're paying attention to your, local government entities, whether it's a village board, a town board, city council, your county board, then your state legislatures and Congress. So make sure you're paying attention. What's going on, what they're bringing up, what they're suggesting, what they're voting. The anti-gunners love to throw stuff against the wall and see if it'll stick. And if it doesn't stick the first time, they keep throwing it against the wall until it does stick. That's how they got the gun bans and the background checks and all those other things. So be careful. Just because you think it doesn't have a snowball's chance in heck of surviving doesn't mean it's not going to gain traction. And if you find people that are vehemently supporting anti-gun legislation, you need to vehemently support their opponent. So, yes, Bruin makes it so we can challenge it in court, and eventually we might get it to the Supreme Court. Obviously, the poor folks of Maryland found out that not every case that should be going to the Supreme Court gets taken. Because they should have taken the Maryland assault weapons ban, and they should have overturned it. But they didn't. I don't know why the chicken shits didn't, but they didn't. So what we need to do is we need to get back off the schneid and get back to voting out people who are anti-gun. Because I can guarantee you, if they're anti-gun, that means they're anti-other freedoms.
I think they're waiting to take the Illinois case.
I think they are too.
Because Pritzker came out and said that the Supreme Court was wrong.
Yeah. The other thing that's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do
Yeah.
is we now have a clear federal split on the 18 to 20-year-old owning handguns and buying handguns.
Yep.
We have an absolute split, so they're going to have to hear that because they have to come up with a resolution on that one. So if that gets decided, that chips away at the GCA.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot that can change in the next 3 years.
There's a lot that better change in the next 3 years.
Oh, absolutely. Better change.
So, and we better set it up for after the next 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, midterms are important. Find out who's running, figure out what they're actually supporting, check their voting records. Words mean nothing. It's what they vote for. So, and just remember, politicians and baby diapers have one thing in common. Oh, two things. They both should be changed often, and usually they both stink like shit. On that note, gang, if you're struggling, 988 or 1-800-273-8255. Also, head over to Walk to Talk America. Good resources there to get you started if you're not in a critical situation. Just keep fighting the good fight, gang. I guarantee you that there's at least one person in this planet that wants you here. Okay? You may not think so, but there is. And just because you decide to chicken shit out, it makes it worse for everybody else. So it's not the solution. It's not the answer. And it just hurts your loved ones worse. So, yeah, JT Schwing, very true. Republicans have been spineless. So, yeah. Frankly, I think we should fire all 435 people that are up on Capitol Hill. So, but but seriously, if you need help, reach out. Okay, get some help. Get some counseling. Check with your employers. Most employers now have some sort of EAP program, and there's usually at least 4 counseling sessions involved. So you can usually get some sort of free counseling session through that. Worst case scenario. So otherwise, there's the online stuff that's available. I've heard even people using like ChatGPT, just as something. I don't know how effective or not effective it is, but theoretically, it's kind of talking to you and talking back, I guess, but with some sort of intelligence backing it. But I don't know. There's lots of options and tools out there. Pick something up and use the tool instead of doing nothing or worse. So, all right. Y'all have a great night, and we'll see y'all next week.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Hey, y'all.